they're mixing a little bit of Fnatic's game plan into their own.
Yeah, we'll see if that becomes a part of the conversation, if that's something that they're asking of him, or if it's going to be a different approach. On the other side, for KRU, it was very standard. It was very vanilla, if you will. But it's already aggressive out from NRG, denying all of this space A main.
Yeah, and they're going to have to be doing stuff like this with this double duelist composition on the defensive side because they're basically going to be starved for info. A lot of these rounds, their only initiator is basically the breach.
And there's really no info gathering tools there at all.
Yeah, you got the camera, you've got a breach. That's about it that you have for info. So you have to take space with the duelist, and it's going to be head-to-head right here. Ethan.
Gosh, that armor well invested there. Only bought that up, and that was all he needed. He's able to clean up 3. Melser and Shy, keeping it close. Keeping it tight and steady. Spike in the hands of the Omen. Victor on the prowl. Oh, he's surrounded. Uh-oh. Oh, they know where he is now. Oh, no! Melser getting 2! On the shoulders of Finesse. In a 1v2, he's got a ghost in hand, no armor.
30 seconds left.
Cam's still up.
Spike planted.
Melser committing to the spike plant. Shy with the ghost. Finesse gets 1. Can he deliver on the second? No. Shy gets 3. The pistol really had no business going the way of KRU, but lo and behold, that's where we are.
Yeah, Ethan at the start of that, he dominated. He got 3 to his name, but it was a disconnect for NRG. FNS playing so far out. Here's those amazing right clicks that RNG in full effect, but this was the disconnect. No one to be picking up B main while that Heaven fight came through. FNS was sitting in screens in spawn that entire time. And then, yeah, Melser with the jump spot at the end right there. That's so unfortunate for Victor, who had him dead to rights with that stun.
In the face of the Neon stun, yeah. And he should have been dead.
What an obnoxious start to this match. NRG, they did so many good things in that pistol round, and it just doesn't go their way. That's Valorant in a nutshell.
Got 3 rifles on the side of the attack. And they're all creeping forward towards B. Crashy's the only one close by, and he's gotta imagine he's feeling a lot of this pressure now. The paranoia comes out from Garage. They satchel out behind the dog. The site is cleared. It's theirs.
Yeah, it will be a free B site. Spike being planted right now. And for NRG, it's how costly can you make this? And maybe if there's mistakes from the side of KRU Visa, they can bring it back and get it a thrifty round.
I mean, we had an asinine amount of those yesterday.
Yeah.
We'll see if he continues that way. Victor tries dashing forward. MTA's there to greet him.
Oh.
1 found. It's gotten messy, but it's still, maybe not comfortably, but it is still in the hands of KRU. With the 2 rifles they have up. Both fall there at the hands of Melser. He gets all 3. KRU get their second.
Yeah, some flashy gameplay from Melser. Back-to-back rounds for him, doing some nice work. That was a spray transfer onto 3 members right there once that smoke fell and dissipated. So good work so far from KRU. It was very costly, but they do save 2 rifles.
You take a look at it one more time. This was before things got a little ugly.
Yeah, there was tons of kills going the way of NRG. They did a really good job making it costly, but this little transfer at the end, love seeing that for Melser, that last connection onto Crashies. That was beautiful. They run this standard comp that basically Sentinels made popular. It's so well-rounded. There's so many different options you can do. You can lurk with it. You can do fast hits. You can play extremely slow if you want.
This is where I think we're going to see a lot of what you want the Yoru to do in this comp is go make a play, get info, and then set up utility. Sometimes it's a breach stun, sometimes it's a paranoia, but that's the key to running this character.
Yeah, super risky right there, but super confident was Ethan getting that kill off the utility from Crashies. That was a very early ultimate from Ethan. Those 3 kills that he got on the pistol round. It's amazing.
And I think they're going to continue to see things like that, right? They're going to continue to try to make those little micro plays to give themselves a numbers advantage. And then you can rely on fundamentals to win out the 5v4s, to play around the map and execute accordingly.
You're 100% right. And it's oftentimes the early round with these double duelist comps where it's the hardest to get value.
Yep.
And if you're able to keep getting the first blood like this, you set yourself up for success. I say that as Kesnet takes out Som. So now, there's a chance here, but Ethan...
He had everything in front of him, but fortunately for him, Victor settles.
30 seconds left.
3 on the round for the Neon. Melzer's left alone. He's got the spike in hand, but doesn't have a ton of options to play around him with.
4 for Victor to close out the round. And that was all backside B. Just a firing range for Victor right there. Nice to see that he's ready and warmed up for this match as well. I feel like NRG, they've had a tough time with these slow starts that they have in general. In terms of just the mechanics, it's usually the strategy that's fine. But they tend to take a little bit to warm up into the first map that they play. It's good to see Victor already getting a 4K like that.
Right there.
Some nice clean shots, no real chance for KRU to take him out there.
What's the setup here? Crashies has his fault line of a little bit of info found from Ethan, and then they go fight?
Yeah, and they're able to converge on mid as well, so it's like a double-pronged approach.
Yeah.
You can deal with the A default if there's one there, and then you can transition like this. Crashies, all he has to do is take a little 30-degree look to the right. Now you have a mid trap.
They've got the trip set up for it too. I mean, this is so gnarly if they commit to this. It's a massacre in mid.
Yeah, I just feel like those jump spots make it so obvious from the side of NRG.
Sure.
Satchel out.
KRU still seem to be flirting with it. You imagine that Satchel was intended to clear the trip. May have gone a little wide, actually. That thing's still up.
Yeah, this trip not breaking is going to be bad for KRU later in this round. It'll allow NRG not to have to worry about a mid lurk whatsoever. But it might not matter, because if KRU just 5-man into the A site here, it's free.
Yeah, but remember, Crashy's on the other side, still has that fault line up. Can still apply a little bit of pressure. The problem is they've missed that timing window. They're so far up now. This crossfire might be enough. The paranoia is out. It delays for a little bit longer now. 30 seconds left in the round.
30 seconds
Som
left.
up close, has to take a step back. They've bullied Ethan off of this too. Now striking, but it traded right back 1 for 1, and finally things tip back the way of KRU. But Finesse on the flank falls. Som in a 1v2. Kesnet weak, but Shy healthy. If he plays his cards right, he might have a shot at this. He can force the matter, he can delay the plant, but it's wrapped on the other side. Shy completely destroys him. Yeah, he was weak, but that's 3 for the Viper.
Yeah, the disrespect from Shy. Knows he has to cover his teammate who's sitting kind of low. That was Kesnet. And just one-taps him. And it looks like on this screen there might still be some type of problem Kesnet's experiencing. But these trades in heaven from KRU, that was so good. NRG, they got caught sleeping right there. They were trying to rotate into actual A heaven. They got hit by a paranoia and a sky flash on a timing from Heat and Melzer. There was that kill from Shy at the end, and Shy, it doesn't seem like he's been at 8 kills, but he's slowly crept up into that spot. He had a
We fixed it, or well, we haven't fixed it. We haven't done anything. Somebody behind the scenes fixed it, hopefully. And so we're back into the action again. If you are just joining us, KRU, up 2 rounds. NRG have had a couple of cool ideas, but it really has been a little bit of the heroics off of, I mean, mainly 2 members on the side of KRU that have kept them in the lead. We saw a little bit of early aggression from the defensive side, namely the pistol. We haven't really seen that since, other than Ethan's ult round either.
And they're trying. It's just KRU are doing a good job of playing a default very slowly, not getting caught out by any more traps. That's because they've been punished already.
Ethan's up really close here.
Stinger's so good from this range as well. But if it's a double swing, it should be a trade instantly for KRU.
He doesn't have a gate crash set up anywhere either. I wonder if it expired. It's been 40 seconds into the round now.
Yeah.
He's got to play in the smoke.
It's just going to go off of a timing here. Oh,
Is
there's
there
a cam
enough?
above him, actually.
It just got cleared off of the flash. The swing is there. No punish, though.
He gets tagged down pretty low, and the punish will come here shortly because that's all of mid gathered for free for the core hit squad of KRU. Those players you see in heaven right now. This is a free A site right now. Ethan, he's gonna...
Yeah, it might as well be,
Yeah, he's lucky if he gets one right now.
30 seconds
Completely on his own.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing for health. With the stinger in hand. And they've got to know he's close. I mean, maybe they assume he TPs. He got his one. That's all it was, but he dealt his damage. He got his. I mean, Meltzer's just waiting. They know exactly where they're going to be funneling in from. These are going to be some of the easiest kills. Vic popped his ult, only found one with it. And Psalm will fall. Crew get up to 4.
Yeah, easy follow-up for Heat.
Yeah,
but yeah,
absolutely.
Even the coordination right now for NRG running through that smoke into heaven. We had the hot hands pop from Victor, who had a slide. Maybe he should be the first point of contact getting in there. But I understand trying to bait for him because, you know, that ultimate could really delete players if you're on point. But a slide in this moment to break the crosshair of Melzer, maybe that could have been the answer to get some trades in your favor. Either way, you had gun disadvantage and no space gathered whatsoever.
All right, you were mentioning at the beginning of the series the op on the hands. When a Fnatic runs the comp, it's very impactful, it's very valuable, but it's not in the hands of Ethan. It's in Vic's hands.
Yeah, and which is still okay because you can take a shot here and run all the way across the map and probably beat the rotation of Crew. But the IGLing right now has been really good from the side of Crew, and I don't know who to praise for it because I've heard, oh, that's a nice pick from Vic. Doesn't really need to move. That prompts a speed up from Crew. But yeah, I haven't heard of a specific individual that's actually taken the reins for the side of Crew. Yeah. Apparently it's a conglomerate. Yeah, it's all of them.
A lot of discussion around who's doing it. Either way, it's working. So be it. Look at that pit.
Yeah, that's a great
up
pit.
into Swan a little bit too.
So many different types of curves on that one. Reaches a far distance, and right now, if you're shy, you just need to try to play your life, stay alive for as long as possible.
Meanwhile, Kesnet popping the ult. You can tell that trigger was itching.
Great delay, though. Oh!
They've swapped things over. Now Crashies has the op. The rocket will go off. Will not connect, and now NRG can move forward. With the fault line and the stun, they venture forth. But they're going to have to deal with the pit. They're going to have to find a way into this thing, and they've got a brutal crossfire. Melzer in garage. Kesnet backside. There's no way in.
No time at all. It's all done. And Shy, he gets one there. All he had to do was tuck into screens and stay alive, and that's another round win for Crew Visa.
Crashies tried his best there to keep the rifle alive, given the money situation they're in, but he falls too. NRG are back on this awkward, broken Stinger pistol mess.
And I'm really surprised that after that pick from Victor, there wasn't a fast rotation towards B already to maybe even try to meet those players of Crew Visa onto the actual site, maybe disrupt them, not let them get that Viper's Pit alive. And Shy taking that space into CT like he did amongst all that chaos in heaven that was going on, amongst Kesnet just taking the head off of 3 of the players of NRG. That was an insane reposition to secure the round win. Even if everybody drops, you would have won.
I don't know if they saw Vic or not. I want to say they did, and you see the trap was set up. A shorty with a stinger over the shoulder. These little traps that they've been trying to set up, you know, we've talked about them a little bit, haven't really found much success.
Jeez.
Crew are playing this to near perfection.
Yeah, this is an absolute stomp right now on this attack side of Split. This is Crew Visa's map pick, though, and this is going to be another save. Yeah, FNS just drops the free and no player. Melzer holding heaven, and now all left to Sam and MTA. What a round from him. That Viper Molly from Shy. Shy doesn't even have to shoot players. His utility's in the right spot as well.
It's perfect.
Can I get a drop?
It's perfect. Crew win 4 rounds in a row.
Thanks.
They've completely rolled NRG in the ecos, in the gun rounds. They've been able to avoid the traps that have been laid. This is really pretty out from Crew.
Yeah, NRG haven't had any type of room or space to even breathe. It's just been very decisive job on their defensive side. But it's just so hard to actually pull off when you're running a composition like this against this comp of Crew, because sometimes it's just a gamble on, okay, do we think that Crew's gonna walk into this space? But they have so much info to find out if you're gonna do that. Kesnet might get taken out early here. Beautiful from Victor, but what is that trade? Usually Neons are able to get out. That's
yeah, that's not supposed to go that way.
That's absurd. I mean, you're so fast on the Neon.
And Heat, I mean, honestly, Heat's been a little quiet this map so far, but Heat's been so good as an addition to the squad.
Yeah, I mean, instantly, the moment that he joined this roster, they leveled up. They became, honestly, what, the top 3 in this in stage 1 in the actual normal play.
5-1.
Yeah. Up until that playoff where they met adversity. It's going to be a B split off of that entry.
Psalm's able to punish onto the lurk. Crashies has to take a step back, though. And now the Yoru ult has been popped. What's the setup on the other side of this? Gonna get a little bit of info of the two remaining members. Heat and Melser, I believe both have been spotted. So they will know they're flipping back towards A. All of this Cypher utility is still up.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, the flip is great. They do have a chance to get that spike planted. If FNS drops early here, Crew could have maybe brought that one back. Melzer gets tagged by the camera. Doesn't break it though, so it's still up. A lot of info still on the board for NRG right now.
Planted.
They have such heavy numbers. I mean, surely this round goes away of NRG. Heat's left in a 1v4. He managed to get the spike down, but he's stunned, he's blind, he's paranoid, he's dead. Psalm with 3 as NRG get their second.
And there we go. That's the change. Playing to their advantage this time around. Not getting caught sleeping at the wheel after their up numbers. That kill from Psalm on the B main after that entry from Victor. Yeah, Victor gets traded.
I mean, instantly, too.
This was that shot. Oh my goodness. Perfect crosshair placement. But yeah, Psalm killing Shy in that moment, that was really what ultimately set up NRG to win this round and play the numbers advantage like that. Because now he's able to drop a site smoke. The players in B Heaven are scared to speed up into the actual B site. If Psalm drops right there, that's another round away of Crew. Guaranteed. Very big impact kill right there.
You know, it almost felt like they moved away from trying to do anything silly or funny or whatever, and just like let the map play out.
Yeah.
Let them see what Crew are going to show you and then play around that. Maybe that's the key to the success.
Yeah, seriously, because they've been losing the reactionary battle. As soon as they show their cards, Crew are doing the correct responses, and even if the response isn't correct, they're firing at all cylinders right now. They can make it work regardless. Info is gathered that there's multiple members in A ramp right now. That's going to cause a rotation of Psalm. Coming over as that Omen. It may be a re-clear for NRG onto A Heaven.
It's a deep smoke. I think Wall, yeah, just goes down. Now they can play around that. The timing on that's really nice.
Yeah, the problem is last time they did this deep smoke, there was a bunch of members of NRG that were caught in the open by that paranoia, by that sky flash through it. And it looks like that's why there's a little bit more of a safer approach right now. If Psalm gets flashed by the sky, popping through here, he'll be able to dip back into CT, and Ethan might be able to get a free kill from Heaven.
Skipping on the minimap as the second smoke fades away. Crew come out to play. There's the flash that you were mentioning. Psalm takes a step back.
Closed.
Ethan looking to strike. Does he have a flash? He does. And the paranoia is there as well. That's such a nice setup.
30 seconds left.
Shy somehow stays alive. There is some more presence here from the Crew side, including the spike. So determined in their approach to take A. You still have to deal with everything here. You also don't really have a ton of time to get away as Ethan gets straight on the round. 10 seconds left. The spike is in Melser's hands, but there's no way into the site.
NRG, that was a sick setup. A good reaction based off of what Crew showed previously when that Omen smoke was in A Heaven from them. And it's exactly what I said. Psalm's playing in CT. Now, the extra layer that was very impressive was Psalm, after dipping into CT, playing with that paranoia to support Ethan.
And the fault line, too. I mean, I missed that. There was all eyes were put on Heaven there.
That's a quick adaptation to be made after a punish that happened.
Offensively, I mean, as far as the Cypher utility goes, yeah, it's in different positions, but they're fully set on having finesse play towards A and try to anchor that site down.
Yeah, maybe just having that rolling thunder for the retake, but this is aggression from Victor. It should be a kill. MTA gets caught lacking, and this is the speed up. This is the reaction.
Got you.
But NRG are playing for this, Doug. They have that Breach ultimate still online. Victor has the hot hands for the retake.
Paranoia and Flash, they've gotten out onto A. But you're right, this is where I imagine the rolling thunder comes through for Crashies. Vic pops his ult.
Those trips are still up as well, so these members of Crew might actually hit them on the exit here. Yeah, look at Heat in the open.
One spotted, but Kessin's trying to get ahead of it, and that's going to buy enough of a response. And a delay! Crashies commits to it somehow, stays alive. Vic going forward as well. You've got Kessin who's trying to hold him back and spawn as best as he can, but he will fall at the feet of Crashies. Vic with 3, NRG get another.
They almost got disrupted on the retake. That rocket from Kesnit If that could have taken out Crashies in that moment, maybe this round goes differently. Maybe KRU are able to position themselves better. Maybe the hot hands don't get value like that. But nevertheless, Crashies getting that Breach ultimate up at the right time and just committing to it. That was great. So this time, it was NRG playing for the response, the quick speed up of KRU. But another round that was well set up from NRG.
And now find themselves 2 rounds apart from each other. NRG have won the last 3. And now we're back to something a little bit more competitive. I mean, the buy from KRU here is interesting to say the least. You've got 3 Stingers and a Guardian in the hands of the Sky, no less. Soft shot rattles off. Sam feeling some of the pressure. Shy tried falling behind the Trailblazer.
Yeah.
But the door was shut.
Try taking the instant timing. That finesse. Trades out cages right now with MTA in B main. But this buys time for Victor, who started off in vents, took that op shot there to reposition into B main.
I mean,
lurks up.
The thing about this, the way this round is played out for NRG is all of the delay utility that they had just made it to where KRU couldn't strike fast. And honestly, when you think about the weapons that they have, that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to get out quickly. They wanted to try to get up close with the Stingers and punish. They were just never allowed that much space. That's a big shot out from Heat. That's a big one out from MTA at that distance. What?
With a Stinger? Did he scope in? It's the triple swing right here. Ethan can't settle, but he does get one.
Crashies left in a 1v2. Heat's weak. MTA is as well. This all of a sudden gets notably more winnable for Crashies. 30 seconds from having his fall and back up. You can imagine that's going to be a part of the equation. Got plenty of armor, though. Waiting for the right moment to strike. Understands where both are. Snap onto the first is clean. The second's messy. Oh, it's so messy. A thrifty round win for KRU.
Last round in the half.
Don't say
Wow.
anything. Last chance to use our stuff.
Not much to say about that one. Crashies.
I feel like I have plenty to say about that.
He's kicking himself in the leg for that. There is a lot to say, but I mean, the Valorant God's just not on Crashy's side today. The bullets all made a tracer around Heat. Every single bullet went around him. That might be one of the most impressive dodges of bullets I've ever seen on display.
Not a ton of time to think much of that over as we head into the last round of the half. Short-term memory required here. Vic still with the op, trying to hold his aggressive angle, spotting Kesnit on the satchel, but not able to connect the shot. Yeah, that's a tough.
Yeah, that's such a rough round to lose. I feel like that's, how do you bounce back from that? If anyone could do it, it would be Crashy. All that experience under his belt. He's been in this scenario before, surely. Or maybe he hasn't.
Note here the defensive flip. Finesse has all of his utility towards B. Meanwhile, KRU have tried exploring the middle of the map. Sam's already fallen, but Victor, given his mobility, is able to get back over to B as quickly as he can. Ethan's gonna get a ton of info as to what's going on. The trips come through for Finesse. Shy just now left alone. He's been good, but I don't know about 1v4 good. Now his position given away. Tries to cover behind the orb, and he can't. NRG gets a 5.
Salvation to a half that was looking very, very dim for NRG. KRU, they came out swinging. They won 6 of the first 7 rounds. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, NRG...
A really nice response. I think it was off of the timeout.
Yeah, and the rounds that they won as well were off of their setups, and it looks so clean when they actually played them correctly. You get the initial pick from Victor, you're able to fall back, have different layering. Yeah, Vic's able to speed up into any site that the opposition is going to speed up to.
It just felt like it seemed like they always had a plan.
Yeah.
Right? They don't just cook something up and then just kind of let it go the way they will, but we'll see if that's the same case now that they're on attack. You imagine there will be a lot more of that.
Yeah, how are they going to make this double duelist work on the attacking side? It should be better, though. But look at KRU already getting super proactive. walking all the way down mid. They think it's a B hit right now, but it's actually everything geared up towards A. The spike is A. Crashies with the gets punished by Kesnet.
But it's all just a ruse. I mean, yeah, Vic is going to continue to push into spawn and take space. The trip gives him away. They should be able to get the spike down, though. And now it's going to be a mad dash. But again, keep an eye on Vic. And all of the members as he's going to be able to get. He gets 2 traded on the 3rd. But now it's a 3v3.
Yeah, with some disastrous post-plant positions for NRG. They can really put some damage on a crew in these spots right now.
How do they keep them back? No paranoia to speak of for Sam.
Oh, they're playing to perfection right now, Doug.
He's on site, and he's concealed his position as long as he can. Every single kill. Oh! Meltzer's on the swing, but left in a 1v2 against Ethan and Finesse. Still have to get the defuse through. Not even gotten it to half yet. Patience from NRG. They take the pistol.
And what a sick pistol round as well. Ethan, he buys a clone and has a TP geared up towards A, or his body towards A. So that clone runs all the way in with Crashies and Victor following it up. No one being on the B site ends up being Crew's demise. And it was Victor who played this spot in CT to near perfection. Getting 2 in that spot, that's more than ideal.
4 of the kills that NRG got were into the back of the heads of the crew members playing.
It was great positioning from Vic. Great awareness to not keep holding W in that moment and just tucking there.
He understood his role. Kesnet not able to find success with the Sheriff. If you're NRG here, just get through this as cleanly as you can. Crew have a full stack B.
Yeah. That peek from Kesnet, he dies early on, but it's almost like it's on purpose to bait
teleport.
Any more type of players of NRG into B, thinking that it may be free. But FNS right now, he's calling a very methodical anti-eco round. Just taking control of one area of the map, then you're able to go back, re-clear mid. You have a trip on A this whole time, so you don't really have to worry about it.
This is what he is known for. That's how he's made a name for himself. But this time he seems to be mid-rounding his way back into the stack.
Yeah, and this is the problem with this composition. You have very limited info. They've done a really good job considering how limited it actually is, but they are running into this stack right now.
But even then, you see how cautious they're being about it. Meltzer spotted, and they know there's more to be had. Even if it gets a little messy, they played it as you mentioned, as cleanly as you possibly could have, given the lack of information gathering.
Yeah. Going into future rounds, though, this contact approach from NRG, it could get punished by the members of crew when they have better rifles in their hands. But that anti-eco approach, that was very good, very fundamental. And they also showed that they're willing to have players backing up FNS of taking extremity control. So now crew, for the rest of the half, they have to be worried. Is it just FNS alone here on the lurk, or is there some follow-up players with him?
Flash getting a little info in A main. Meltzer's up really close. Careful now. Victor gets ISO'd. He was so far up by himself. No real way to get any support. No real way to get any help.
There was a fault line that was set up for him in A Heaven, but yeah, Meltzer played completely ahead of that. That's how you have to play against the breach.
Poison's off.
I think it was tough too. It seemed like Vic was funneled out of that smoke because of the nade from Kesnet, so he had no choice but to go forward. Finesse had to go back and he was dead. The paranoia out. They knew exactly where Sam is.
Super confident was MTA and Kesnet. That duo, when you're playing with somebody, it can really change the way that you take your approaches on the defensive peaks.
Finesse ahead of the smoke. The paranoia drawn out. 2 stingers. The only rifle is in the hands of Ethan, who's been on a proper heater so far, and he does not seem to be slowing down. Shy and Meltzer disposed of. And a weapon upgraded. That was a little close. Oh, that was almost disgusting.
30 seconds
Crashies
left.
in a 1v3 now. Has made it a 1v2, but no idea, no way to understand the Kesnet's on the wrap. MTA is playing his cards perfectly. And Crashies never saw him.
Meltzer, I gotta point it out. The first kill that he got, it was good on him. Yeah, he takes a step forward, he beats that fault line, catches Victor for free. But it was the kill on FNS that I'm confused about, because we know that there's an Omen somewhere in ramp, but I feel like he kind of just got a free kill right here. No follow-up right away. Ethan, he brought it back. Allowed Crashies to be in a 1v2, but it's just too tough of an ask. All those players were already rotated into that A site.
That was the bonus, though. Full buy from NRG. KRU have a judge in the hands of Shy, and it's pace towards A, but it's traded right back. They've kept things out. Heat playing down low. Nothing to clear. It's only getting worse. Kesnit's nade causes so many problems. I mean, look at the health bars on the members of KRU, or of NRG, excuse me. Oh, forget the judge. A snap like that, you won't miss. Ethan manages to get the spike down, but he's in such a miserable position. A dreadful spot to be in. His bullets whiz right by his head. He's ultimately cleaned up.
The set utility right now from NRG, it's showing that they're just not on point right now. Victor, he whiffs his neon stun, ends up stunning himself. The fault line was great from Crashies. It was a great setup. But Vic, he drops for free on the stun on himself. Melzer tried to wrap him anyway, so that's why Victor has to turn around in that moment. But still, there's a disconnect right now in NRG. The spacing isn't all quite there. Even the entry on the A main, it's FNS out alone. And then the TP backside from Ethan.
But they've invested a rifle into this round. You know, Vic has his ult. This might be one of those vintage Yoru traps.
Yeah, winning this round would be great for NRG to stay into this one.
So what's the plan here? Ethan goes forward, tries to get as much info as he can, and then there's a fault line out. There it is, right on cue. Vic following behind him. The way has been paved, but no target has been found. Site left vacant, Seeker's out now. And they continue to scale. Meanwhile, Finesse is in a world of hurt. He's been surrounded, spotted by the Seekers as Vic continues to push the pace. 2 kills found. And now Finesse on the prowl. Can he find a timing?
He might get timing himself right here by Melzer. He does!
Shots finally connecting and settling, but Ethan tucked in hell.
What a paranoia.
Looking to bring people down with him. And he does get one. It's on the hands of Kesnit. Gets a second. Continues to be a problem for KRU. But it's left in a 1v1. And Melzer's really far away from the play here. He's got to play this patiently, though. No real option otherwise. No utility to speak of. Yeah, he has a couple of TPs, but Som with crosshair trained, steady in the moment, snaps onto Melzer and gets NRG their 8th.
A good round, good drawn-up play from NRG. Taking all that space with that Yoru ultimate was Ethan. And the follow-up from Victor. He popped a ult of his own, got the reset, barely. That ultimate was running dry, so KRU, Visa with that speed up onto the B site, the flood. It actually worked against them. It allowed Victor to have that reset on his ultimate, continue on the time for that, and he ultimately gets a second kill because of that. He probably doesn't even get the first. I mean, he would have had to hit some nice classic shots if KRU was just a little bit more patient. Oh, KRU, they heard that bomb drop.
A lot of presence mid here. And keep an eye on Kesnit's ult. As he doesn't pop and takes a step back. Goes back towards B. But they've left Melzer. It's just a classic, and that's exactly what he needed.
What? Just dropping like flies was NRG, and yeah, it was a half clear. Again, this is the problem with having a composition that doesn't have that much info utility. You have to face check, and now all of a sudden Melzer gets a freebie with a classic. Might get another one here. There's 4 members of KRU. Oh my gosh!
What a flash. What a setup, though. Som with 3. Ethan with a big flash to set things up. But it's now Som and Crashies at our own. MTA has gotten behind him. There's a fox in the den, and they don't know. One drop, the second below, and it connects. The Red Bull clutch for KRU.
Listen to that. MTA
welcome back to the stage.
Exactly.
Enemy remaining.
He's here. He's ready to play as well. Great poise, great control. This second kill on Sam, that is so hard to get. And Sam is full spraying you. One more bullet and you're taken out. But to have the self-control in that moment and to close it out the way that MTA just did. What a great performance. He might only have 8 kills, 13 deaths, but those 2 kills were extremely impactful.
This might be the cleanest Valorant we've ever seen, but man, is it a fight. So now you see NRG are back on this broken buy. They've got a rifle in the hands of Sam. A little bit behind it. Ethan one away from his ult. Crashy's one away from his ult. We've talked so many times about how pivotal that is to their game plan. Vic not able to find any space at all. So Sam clears out the cam. Is that enough to manipulate a rotation back B?
Yeah, it keeps 3 members towards B, so far so good. Melzer.
4.
Yeah,
Heat's on his way.
Exactly, Melzer, he's gonna be first contact here, but this is the spacing gap that I'm telling you about.
Finesse has a frenzy though. I mean, that's such a tough fight to win. That high-low will certainly secure things. The TP out from Sam. They want to go back A. And so he will be the first to arrive on the scene. Ethan, what a shot on the Heat.
30 seconds left.
Disgusting, Ethan's been so good all series long.
Wait, he popped his ult. Kesnet
Last
out.
player
Crash, she's dead.
remaining.
No way through. They've invested into this. They pop a couple of big ults. Kesnet gets 3 though. His crew get the round.
Wow, NRG, I thought they were gonna pull it off once more, but Kesnet had something to say about it. Popping that showstopper, securing the site. And the crew beats the fans screaming his name, chanting Kesnet. This was actually a really good follow-up from Ethan. Getting the trade, getting that kill into heaven.
One enemy remaining.
But Sam overstaying his welcome in that smoke.
Oh, there was no exit strategy there for Crashies. I mean, he had to commit to getting the spike down, and as soon
Yeah.
as the rockets popped, you're dead.
Yeah, you're dead to rights. You're just praying that Ethan is able to get that trade, but just not able to come out of that ultimate in time.
Yeah, it's borderline impossible. So again, crew stay with an advantage. The paranoia out, Muscle feeling a lot of the heat as Victor goes aggressive, but he's met by 2.
Too many targets to look at, didn't know which one to shoot at. That'll allow crew to be up 5v4 in this round. And they're full rotating off of A site right now.
I think one of the big differences from the first half up until the second was the fact that NRG were winning a lot of the first kills.
Yeah, they were.
It was on crew to win, what, I think they won half of their 4v5s in the first half. But now, if they're the ones winning these first touches, the situation gets so much more difficult for NRG.
Yeah, those first bloods have been a highlight of this split map so far for NRG. This jump spot will give Melzer all the info needed to get ready and adjusted, anchoring this site. That was disgusting, huh?
Hey, this is one of the last gun rounds too. NRG have to execute here. They've invested another ult. What's the follow-up though? Can you even find any space in? Sam is dead. Crashies again. Called upon to clutch for NRG. One found. Still much more work to be done. You hear the satchels popping, or at least the threat.
Satchel out.
Paranoia introduced. Crash, he's so concerned. He's gotten it down to 1. Can he deliver? 7 bullets, 10 HP. Shy is playing his time beautifully, forcing Crashy's hand. And he's the one who delivers the death blow. Crew get to map point.
Wow, the way that Shy just played that 1v1, that was so patient. He played the clock to perfection. That was so sick. Another punish on the Victor, trying to take that A-Ram. Melzer anchoring here. And Sam, he keeps getting really antsy in that screen area. He wanted that kill so bad onto Heat, who was stuck. But all he needed to do in that moment was rely on the utility of Crashies. He needed to have trust in that utility. And maybe that would have been a round win for NRG, but great work from Shy, the way that he played that 1v1. And then really let it cook for so long.
And then his reaction afterward, business-like.
Yep.
All eyes forward. And yeah, NRG have rifles here. They have weaponry, but I mean, to have Crashies as ult in a situation like that sure would be nice. That's aggressive. That's bold. They try to punish on a small timing and they can't. But they've drawn out the pit, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's actually more than ideal for NRG, especially with all the space they've gathered. The only problem is there's nobody in actual A main.
Or up ramps. Melzer's. He can punish here. He can punish really heavily. They've invested the secrets. There's Melzer getting the kill that I thought he would land. And he gets another.
Disgusting.
I mean, the finishing touches that KRU are putting on this are gorgeous.
It's so fast, too. They peek, they get the kill, they get out. Honestly, even if NRG are dialed in on that, I don't even know if you can get a trade. A lot of the times, maybe you'll get a tag. But by the time these players on KRU are getting that kill and getting out, it's just so insta. And now, you have to end B against a Cypher Cam, a Cypher Trip.
They found my wire.
2v5. This
30
is
seconds
so
left.
hard.
Cover going out.
That Omen Smoke will make it obvious that this will be a B ending.
I mean, if there weren't questions before, you're right. That will confirm things. This would be big. If Sam could get it, gets his 2, but the pit's still up. Shy still active. Crashy's still alive. Again, a 1v3. I believe he's had 4 tries at this so far. But this one, the most important. With how methodically KRU have played this map, there's no reason to think it would go their way. Steady and smooth brushstrokes for KRU as they paint a gorgeous picture on Split.
Yeah, that was a disgusting defensive side performance from KRU. The attack.
Thing I very quickly need to draw attention to. The Ness was talking about it. Wyatt mentioned it. Bren did too. Vic hasn't played Jet in a really long time. Last time, April in 2023 up against Cloud9. It's been a hot minute. Over 400 days. And yeah, it's been good sometimes when we saw it in the past, and sometimes it has struggled. But there's no time like the present to find some of that success. NRG, you mentioned it. The ever dire need to convert this pistol, to get a good ball rolling on the attack side. They get onto B for free.
And the craziest thing about all this is while we were talking about that, there was pings in CT and T spawn actually. So KRU were aware that FNS was in spawn that entire time, and Melzer got the kill and flushed them out. Now it's a 4v5 for NRG.
See that paranoia come out. Kesnet has to take a step back, but it's traded. All the utility soaring through. Ethan has already fallen. Shy trying to stay alive, trying to keep things close. I mean, look at the health bars. They're all so weak. They're all so low. NRG looking really comfortable in this pistol, but Crashies is weak. Vic is too. Time is short, though. And for KRU, you've got to go, and you've got to go fast. Heat's Ghost. Is that going to be enough to clean things up? No. Psalm 3 as NRG get the pistol.
It was scrappy, but NRG, a good response to take all of that CT area after FNS dies there. Had NRG not done that, they're very limited on the space that they can play, and we've seen so many teams crumble when they just opt to play in that back site, especially in a 4v5. It was a great counter flash from the side of Melzer that set up a lot of the kills in the entry, but yeah, that 3-player crossfire with 1 player being in CT like that, it's just too many angles that you have to worry about from the side of KRU.
Bulldog, the Guardian. There's some notable investment here. And I know we just had this conversation, but I want to continue to keep it at top of mind. They've invested a Vandal in the hands of Vic. They're setting him up for success as best as they can.
And he played pretty well on that last map on the Neon in terms of his actual mechanics and the aim when he was actually able to do that, when he wasn't, you know, getting stunned or hit by a paranoia. So he can really do some damage into this game, but they're running into another stack.
But again, there's no real gun on the other side. I mean, Melzer's got a shorty, Kesnet's got a Marshall, but he's not even on the site.
Yeah, you're so right. No gun, no really set utility here. It's basically a full save other than Kesnet buying that gun. Now turret just being used.
MTA has his dart. Try to light things up, but Vic, uh-oh.
That's a Vandal.
That's an upgrade for MTA as he strikes with a second. But the blood out from NRG, it seemed like it was going to be good, but Kesnet now. A 1v2, Psalm is weak. Never saw him.
Only 2 guns saved for NRG. It wasn't too clean. They ran into another stack and they're getting punished for it. How many times are they going to keep getting lucky, I guess you could say, in these scenarios? When you run your head into a wall, eventually it will take you out. Knock yourself out. So it's going to be a scrappy buy for NRG on this bonus, and a lot riding on Victor right now, who has the only Vandal.
Crashies as a Guardian, but you're right, on the other side of the stage. Much more firepower.
Here we go. It's the exchange. A main for B main. Trip not broken, though. So FNS doesn't need to be too worried right now. Still needs to be having his eyes dialed in on B main. Somebody could, you know, walk up, push forward, but
yeah,
in the mid round, that triple will pay out.
Yeah, I also think given the KJ setup that they have on B, I can't imagine Crew are going to want to take some of this space. They had the turret, just got cleared out. A nano as well. I like this from NRG, though. They're taking some of that utility away. They're making some presence B. But all eyes are set A.
Yeah, this is good. Calling right now from the side of NRG. Good mid-rounding. If this door is broken by FNS, could be disaster for Crew, but they're going to jump the gun on Cat.
I think the fact that that drone just saw Finesse mid and didn't see much more should be enough of a cue. Look at where Crew are already. They have everyone here.
30 seconds left.
A quick punish.
Vic never even landed. As the rifles for Crew, the early ability to arrive on the scene is the difference maker.
Enemy down.
Finesse is able to punish with this one. But the turret, I guess the peskiest of them all. So 13 seconds left. Not able to settle. Shy with 3 as Crew are on the board.
Great damage for NRG, though, even though it didn't go as planned. I felt like the mid-rounding was good. I feel like FNS set up the round pretty good in general. Just the key factor is, after that drone connects into mid, I think NRG jumped the gun a little too early, speeding up into Catwalk. A lot of the players on Crew Visa, they're going to be ready for that. They're going to be ready for the speed up. That's why you already saw a bunch of players backing up, anchoring into the actual A site. And Ethan, yeah, he hit 2-3 players with that dagger, but that Omen smoke on site from Melzer was already out and in full effect.
Cover going out.
If that door gets broken, that B market door gets broken, that leaves at least 2 players in B, and now you have better odds.
Cool little shock setup at the very beginning of the round to clear the alarm bot mid. And instantly, Crew have to snap back that way.
They're so fast on re-clearing the space. The energy has been taken.
He's passed. Oh, he didn't know anyway.
My ultimate is ready.
Vic falls. The judge again causing problems. Now they've got the paranoia. They're going to have to navigate through. Finesse not able to settle with shots. It's a slaughter as Crew get their second.
Absolute destruction. Melzer, he came up huge with that judge on Cat. And yeah, not many angles that he really needs to look at that moment. That KO Molly isolates anybody from the right to deal with Melzer in that moment. All he has to do is look left, Shy, in that entire fiasco of things happening. He already had walked down into bottom mid to re-clear all that space. So do NRG identify that Crew are playing in this way, and do they make an adaptation? It's been instantaneous re-clears from the side of Crew.
And I think NRG have tried playing in those timing windows. I mean, you think about, they tried striking as the re-clear was happening mid. It's not like they're not playing around him, but again, I think it, I mean, Bren mentioned it on the desk. It feels like NRG lacked the firepower, and I think we're seeing some of that here.
Yeah, it's not only that, but the team cohesion right there. It's Ethan trying to walk in alone. Yeah, he finds the timing on Melzer, but an insta trade happens and no one even remotely close to follow up. So it's NRG right now that are trying to win the match this half off of heroics. And to be fair, it's still early on in this half, but these last couple of rounds from Crew, they've looked so clean.
I think you're right. It is early. It's also the unfavorable side. Just give you guys a little bit of, for the NRG fans, a little hope. Kesnet with the op online, though. It's also worth noting, Shy one away from his lockdown. And we've talked about how devastating of an ult that can be on the defensive side of Ascent.
Yeah, it's so good. Crashies does have the Hunter's Fury to answer. And it's this little weird mind game where you have to, you know, hold on to one or the other.
Yeah, it's a game of chicken. Who goes first?
If Crashies invests this early on, if he uses his ult first, and Shy gets a kill on the actual exec, it's going to be really bad for NRG, so he might have to just hold on to it for the entire round.
The knife tagging one. Oh, he was right next to him. Big play from Finesse. able to open up the side a little bit more. There's the Hunter's Fury, but Shy's dead. So no lockdown to worry about, nothing to think of there. Meanwhile, MTA with 70 HP now was trying to dance around, tried to stay alive, succeeded. Crashies is trying to re-clear across the middle of the map. It might not matter, it might not be necessary. Kesnet with the op, cannot connect. We're tied at 3.
And I said it, NRG, they're going for solo heroics on these plays. This time around, it's the IGL, the captain, FNS. He solo ran up cat and flanked Heat into that smoke, that door smoke. Such a risky play, but his timing, it was so good. Amongst all the chaos of utility that was flooding the site for NRG, he found that window of opportunity to get that kill, and it opened up the entire site for his squad. 3 rounds is pretty good so far for this attack side, and it's an attack operator from Victor to be met by one on the opposite end of Kesnet.
Currently posted up mid. Has blades, a lot of ults. I mean, you're 1 pip away from having a full stack of ults on the defensive side.
Yeah, not much to work with from the side of NRG. You kind of just gotta hope that Victor can get some type of pick off of all the commotion you're making on the other side of the map. This drone and Cypher Cage actually baited out Kesnet to leave that A main angle. So now Vic, he will have the advantage if he slowly creeps up here.
Yeah, there's also nothing watching mid. So you're right, kinda has to look at that.
Yeah, usually it's the operator that comes on top in these battles. There it is, Victor. He sees an elbow, gets the kill for free.
Following the script, and now pushing forward. Has the blades. There's a battle up top, and Kesnet bests him. Now he's the one with blades. Has to take a step back. Suppressed, no longer in play. Finesse on the late lurk. Heat ready for it though. You saw his crosshair turn. It doesn't matter. Finesse gets a kill. NRG keeping crew back, at least for now. MTA in 1v2, that was almost messy, but NRG take the lead.
A flurry of exchanges in Garden, in Catwalk. And again, yeah, FNS besting Heat in that 1v1, just like the previous round. So much relying on FNS. This was a great entry from Victor. A little bit of an overheat, but it's FNS with the impact kills right now.
And it looked like he caught Heat with utility out.
Exactly. His timing has been so good these last 2 rounds. He's basically solo won the rounds for his squad.
Oh no, Vic got left hanging. That's tough, man.
It's okay. They're in the lead of this half, this attack side Ascent. One of the hardest attack maps in the game, hands down. Used to be split. Oh, how that's changed.
MTA's playing up real close here.
Oh, Kesnet. He was also playing that one close. Victor spotted him. Wasn't able to connect a shot onto him, but super slow approach. FNS getting info that he is still playing Catwalk. Victor got info that Kesnet was in market last, and I think that's why you're seeing a gear up towards A, but Kesnet, his reposition has been great so far.
All he has is a Guardian. Oh, Melser, what are you up to?
He can be so deadly in this spot if he's not cleared.
He's got a paranoia.
Oh, he's gonna get mollied right here, maybe.
Going out.
What a great molly.
Nicely done.
Yeah, not skipping any steps right now.
Very nicely done. Things that you'd expect out of NRG is those little things, right? Those little micro decisions, making sure no stone is left unturned.
Super smart play right now.
30 seconds left.
And look, FNS's lurks the last couple of rounds have so many members of crew worried about that.
Spike planted.
Kesnet still has a Guardian in hand. You imagine they're going to try to go as the smoke goes down.
Might be able to get this kill. Yeah. Victor, he was on an island right there. No trade to follow up. It's a 3v3, but the crossfires might be enough.
Yeah, you've got an Op on one side and Odin on the other.
Oh, risky play to pull out the dart in that scenario, and he gets punished because of it. But Sam, he's been cooking right now.
Can MTA do this?
Oh,
he can. Nice snap from Sam. He gets his third as NRG get another.
Little transfer of the operator on a Sam. He pops off in the post plant. He's sitting at 12-3 right now. He's dominating right now. The 2 new members, the OG members, basically, they're the ones that are really keeping this competitive for their squad, making Crew Visa have to commit a timeout.
Big play from Sam.
Converting them.
They were successful when they were down. We'll see how they can do it when they're up. Op still in the hands of Vic. Meanwhile, an Odin for MTA. Currently posted a B, as you would expect.
Yeah, and an Odin for Crashies as well, so it's kind of scary to spam that default spot at least. That's why, I think that's why you see him repositioning, picking up towards market.
You got to know what's on the other side.
Yeah, they're playing with this as well.
So alarm bot is still up, and it's much more shallow than we normally see.
Now that's knives pop from Vic as well. Vic is going to get a freebie on a Kaznit there.
And then the little peek to look for the second. The blades up, knives online. Off of the paranoia, he dashes forward, takes the space. You've got two members of crew who are playing on side with the world of hurt beneath them, but the pain comes from the defense. MTA and Shy, what a hold. Still so much asked of them, but I think all the onus is now on Crashies.
That was so ridiculous. It's not over quite yet.
Standing.
It is a 1v4 though.
It might be. It very well might be. Yeah, MTA's weak, but the freeze is so nice. They know they've got him cornered. Crashies has to go aggressive here, try to isolate his gunfight as best as he can, but now he's blind, and now he's dead. Great response from crew.
That was so crazy from Shy. He jump peeked the one way, takes out Ethan, and then while all that's happening, MTA, he locked downstairs by his lonesome. NRG, they did a really good job to the start of that round. I think they paused at the right moments, but it was heroics from crew that saved it. Look at that. Jumping into the one way, and then this right here from MTA, they just line up for him. Oh, a little bit of whippage from the knives of Victor. NRG, they were set up so well to win that round, but it got stolen away from them.
Which has been crew's approach. It's been where they have found success so many times in the series. And it seems like that's not changing, at least not anytime soon. You got the alarm bot back up, not nearly as shallow as it was before in the middle of the map. Cam clearing recalled, but the turret B and the nano have already been dealt with, so the only bit of utility that's up right now is that alarm bot mid.
Now you have no dash as well for Kaznit. Sam commits this.
But Melser did too. Melser's joined the fray. Sam's up by himself. He's got to stay alive here. As long as he can, a massive kill from him. But they haven't dealt with Melser. Do they even know that he's here?
I don't even think Sam knows he's here.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh, he knows now.
Yep. And now all crosshairs turn his way. He's able to get two. 3 left to be found, but he cannot convert.
This time, NRG learning from the previous round. I'm so impressed with them right now. They're learning in real time. Quick adaptations being made. This time around, when they get stalled and there's 2 players back at B, they freeze and they get picks elsewhere. Yeah, Sam was a little risky. He was alone for quite a bit of time on site, but he won his 1v1.
Enemy remaining.
He did what he needed to, and again, it was off of Finesse setting him up, right?
Yep.
We talked about the cam, how it cleared the turret, popped the nano, and then they were able to commit once they saw there's no one else there. But that's still, I mean, Dre, it was successful, but it could have been really bad.
Very
I mean,
true.
Melser could have won the round by himself.
Yeah, he could have. Had he peeked out earlier. So there's still a little bit of disconnect in the communication, perhaps, for NRG. But they've been starting off these last couple rounds great. I feel like they've been getting the first blood quite a bit. Of course, it gets traded.
Naturally. Yep. But again, for crew to, or for NRG, excuse me, to have won 6 on the attacking side is a big win. Or at least it should be. Conventional wisdom would suggest that's snappy.
What a one tap from FNS.
Roll back the years, brother.
And he's shutting up all the haters right now. Who can't aim? The problem here is that Heat, I think he's ahead of this one. Crashies gets taken out. That was such a nice shot from Heat. That's the spike down right now.
And the knife is going to confirm that there's nobody else coming in from spawn. This is a really nice play up from Sam. You've got to be cautious, though. He gets away with it.
You have to. There's no other choice in the round. You got to commit.
Big play. The thievery there keeps the round alive for NRG.
Hey, sometimes you just got to puff that chest out and go for it.
Numbers the way of the defense, though. What do you have? Ethan has a flash.
Might be able to set up Sam for a little counter punch. Up.
There goes the flash.
Flash for flash. Still advantage for Crew right now, but this little peek.
How does he get both? How does he get both? Heat with 3 on the round.
Little nasty transfer right there, huh? Sam, he connected onto one player in the smoke while he was trying to transfer onto Heat. Who knows? If the bullet connects onto Heat, they probably convert that round, but it's another round for KRU. And they're staying into this one, but 6 rounds, that's so good for NRG.
Yeah, they just weren't able to convert on the numbers. KRU played that as well as they could.
Extinction.
Nasty work. I'm surprised Sam even got that spike out. Oh, those bullets were so close to connecting as well. Transfer was almost there. Look at this. Sam and FNS at the top. Now they need the help from the squad, but honestly, when you're winning attack side ascent like this, you're doing a lot of things right. They look way better than the last map on this attacking side, that's for certain.
A 7-5 half would be such a gift.
Seriously, you can even afford to lose the pistol at that point. Oh, this is such a big connection for Crashies. He gets both kills. Melzer and Heat are out of the fight.
Heat seeking. Kesnet dashing back. Vic on the swing. A really nice half for NRG, man.
This is the scary side of NRG. When they turn up like this and they look fundamentally sound and the players are popping off, when FNS is dropping bombs on you, it's the scariest squad you could play up against, and another lurk kill for FNS.
I think part of the problem is it hasn't been scary all stage.
Yeah.
This is the first time we see them look like this. A 7-5 half on attack on Ascent is really damn impressive.
Switching sides.
Winning a lot of good rounds. The setup to the early game was great. The mid-rounding was great from NRG. They probably could have scrapped a couple more rounds than this even. What a great half and a good buffer that they are able to work with now.
It feels like some of the heroics and some of the, I guess fortunate plays, whatever you want to call them, that weren't going their way on Split are starting to come through in a massive way on Ascent. I think about Crashies and that 2K he was just able to get off the Hunter's Fury.
Seriously.
You don't often find that level of success, so for him to get 2 there, essentially securing the round is really nice. We'll see what the Death
Going to be really able to get active. Also Crashies, he's another defensive side GOAT on a map like Ascent. He's had so many impactful performances where he's dropped 20 bombs, 30 bombs, and mainly on that defensive side. So a lot to look forward to for NRG right now.
But I do think if I can cast a shadow the other way, is that if there's someone to look forward to, it's going to be Kesnet on the attack. The guy's been raid bossed right now. He has light armor, he has a ghost in hand, and he has a kill on Vic.
Yeah, that's why they do that for him. These 2 players in Hell, FNS and Sam, the duo in tandem, they get caught with utility out. Heat cleans them up for free.
Both drop.
Look at that. What a shock dart to basically even the numbers.
But now he's left in a 1v2 and he's locked out of the sight. The door fades away and now Crashies goes forward. Shy commits to the plant. Top fragging for KRU at half. First it was the door, now it's the one-way. Crashies with no easy way in, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, and once this one-way starts fading, the players of KRU are going to be looking towards this door, and that's why he gets taken out. A pistol round win from the side of KRU, answering back. What a job well done from the side of KRU. He got so much value here in Hell, cleaning up those 2 kills, and Ethan and Crashies, they tried their best to retake that. It was a 2v4 retake they had to commit into.
And it worked. They've invested big here, 4 rifles.
All light armor. This could be scary. It's not going to be a gamble stack from the side of NRG though. Or maybe it will be. Oh!
There's
disgusting shot, huh?
There's one of them. Again, Sam answering the call.
And that's the dash. The dash is gone. They will be able to cycle this gun onto Shy, who has full armor. So now, a lot riding on Shy's shoulders. And the weird thing is once you get dropped like that early on, you kind of want to group up, and that can work against you in moments like this. Very limited on info. But they're picking the right side. If they do end A here, NRG have left that area. Oh, NRG are going to be ahead of this one unless there's another pivot towards Catwalk.
Yeah, but with what guns, man?
Yeah, true. It is a pivot as well. This is a play out of the book I thought NRG should have done when that door gets put up. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But I love this too. There's an additional layer to this. They freeze the round. So now the knife goes out back B, but Sam has not moved an inch.
Interesting choice to still commit onto this B site. Maybe it's because there was only one hit by that dagger. Oh, a little bit of a whiff from Ethan, but his job is just to be a nuisance and set his squad up. That pop flash could be deadly.
The nade was really nice. Crashies is on the swing as he gets to
Spike down B.
another mess. Is that what we're in for? Yeah. A thrifty round converted for NRG.
And who did they do it off of? Sam, getting that one dig, that one Sheriff headshot in A main. So disgusting. The crosshair placement was immaculate. He's sitting at 16 and 7, and he took out Kesnet of all players.
That was NRG's first thrifty of the entire series. And that's going to make things so much more difficult for KRU because they have to find success on attack. You look at their entire year, their win rate on attack on Ascent is pretty poor.
Yeah.
It's 37%. Yes, you don't expect teams to be winning on it anyway, but KRU have to find a way to succeed here, and that thrifty just made things so much more complicated.
Made it way harder on themselves. They're not doing themselves any justice here. Dropping off early as well. Really good work so far from NRG to deal with that aggressive play.
Yeah, it's interesting decisions they're making here. They continue to put tools in the hands of Shot. He was the one who had to rifle that round. Meltzer's frenzy, I mean, surely can't stand in the face of that. No way.
Yeah, too much adversity.
Yeah, Finesse cleans him up. NRG gets to 9, and I mean, now KRU are back on rifles. Maybe they find some success here.
Victor and Crashies, they're starting to heat back up into this game. Victor, he's got to be net positive. He was, what, 7 and 11?
Something
going
like
into
that,
this
yeah.
half, something of the sort. Now he's about to be positive. Yeah, you can be so enabled on the Jet on the defensive side. Even Ethan getting in the mix of things. You saw him in that thrifty round. That pop flash from Spawn, yeah, he didn't connect. He didn't get any chip damage on the players going stairs, but that flash is so deadly. It's almost way too devastating.
Careful here. Oh, he manages to get away.
Down mid.
Amidst the barrage of bullets, he dashes to safety. Still got the op, and he's going back for a second dip, isn't he?
I like this from Victor. This is a play that I don't see him do too often on the Jet. It's nice to see that he's confident in his own right on this Jet. We see how insane Jet on the defensive side can be. Now he opts to get off that angle, get into heaven. Another good reposition from Victor.
Kesnet will be the tip of the spear. Without a dash, though. Without any armor.
Without a dart.
Health. He's just dealt with. They're walking into the crosshairs of NRG here. This is such an effortless looking hold.
Seriously. They look easy breezy for the side of NRG. This is their map pick for a reason. I guess Split was KRU's map pick for a reason as well. But man, NRG look way better on this map of Ascent. The way that they're even playing off of one another. And I think it's familiarity, yeah. Every single member on this team has played this comp before. Victor's played Jet a ton on this map. Before they had Demon 1 in those trials in the start of this year, he was the one that was filling in on that duelist role. Yeah, there were some other tryouts.
That shock hurts, man, right at the beginning. And now the spam. Not connecting.
Yeah, he gets counter spammed by Sheriff, but still doesn't take him out too much for wear. Victor, he's so proactive right now with that operator. He's really confident. That's why we saw him opping on the Neon in the last map. This time around, he was able to have a warm-up already beforehand. That's why he's popping off right now on the defensive side. And Sam, he's going to have to pop off here. This KO pop flash could be disaster for him.
It's often a mess.
There it is. He's got to get out.
Turn, the smoke goes up. He finds some safety. Nicely done, but I think for KRU here, what they were looking for was the space, and they found it.
Oh. The early op shot right there, but the knives to follow up. Goes 1 for 1. FNS. So worried about mid. He gets caught from Garden, but it's Ethan and Sam. The side anchors. What can they do?
My ult's ready.
A 2v2 now. Ethan's so weak. 18 HP. Meltzer with a rifle in hand. He does too. They've been able to upgrade everything. That nade is nice.
30 seconds left.
Heat, do you have another miracle in you? Do you have another big moment?
It's a drone to fish him out. This might be too much to ask for. He doesn't get tagged by it, though.
But they've spotted him. They know where he is. The reposition. Managing to dodge the first shock.
Man, if he is aware of this catwalk flank, this would be insanity. He gets the kill, dog.
He's gotten it down to 1. Heat on the snap, but again, it's Crashies. We'll get NRG to 11.
Yeah, Crashies has the full advantage there, but you just never know when you're up against a player like Heat. He's been so good on this roster. Crashies cutting it a little close right now, huh?
Uh-oh. He got half shirts,
No,
right?
he's got it.
Yeah,
he's got
okay.
it.
Well,
Calculated. Yeah, he still had a second and some change. No doubt in his mind.
Managed to save the op. 1 away from his ult. We'll take a look at that again. Steady hands.
Nasty work. That molly in the beginning, so good. And yeah, I mean, he had a chance.
Yeah, he did.
It wasn't an insta-kill there from Crashies. It could be so hard to control. And that's why you see FNS setting up trips for Sam at A. The likeliness of KRU going back to A site with everything that we just stated is so low. So they're playing the odds to their advantage right now.
Kazna pops the blades immediately and just as quickly. And ult is exchanged.
It's just so free, huh?
There's just no way in, man. There's really no way in. He's been brought back into the fold.
I cannot use that.
But I mean, Kesnet's blades were a big part of the equation there.
Yep. Super readable, though. FNS, if you're going to play into his hands like that, it's over for you. It's not over for this series, though.
No, but it might be over for this map if KRU don't find success here. They've got to find a way to convert. But again, I'm reminded of the struggles they've had on the attacking side of Ascent. And yes, everyone has them, but it's just tough.
Yeah, nightmares of that playoff. I feel like it was Lev who kind of dismantled the momentum that KRU had in that stage 1 going into playoffs. Little awkward exchange right there. But this crossfire in mid might be too deadly. Heat. He's sitting at 14 HP.
Left.
That dagger's gonna connect. Oh, free kill for FNS. The setups are too good. Cam to follow up.
And the spike's now sitting on the ground.
Yeah, this is too much.
Yeah, good luck getting through that.
One enemy
MTA
remaining.
falls, Shy does too. NRG
10 seconds
presumably on map point here.
Yeah, it has to be. There's 5 seconds left. Yeah, FNS gets taken out, but Crashies follows it up, and he's got a Hunter's Fury on top of that.
You mentioned in the previous round the money that NRG have to play with. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Money, 2 timeouts still. They've been in full control of this map from start to finish. And it was just too obvious.
One enemy
You
remaining.
shut a team down so many times at A. So many different ways that you shut them down as well. There was cat splits, there was A main hits off the rip, delayed ones as well. I mean, they're going to try B at some point of the match.
Right, and it's often going to be on the other side of a timeout when nothing else is worked.
Exactly.
So KRU on their last leg on Ascent. Shy has an ult, but he also just got a pepper. Down to 9 HP, no armor.
Yeah. That was from Catwalk, right?
Believe so.
That Odin spam.
Yeah, it had to have been.
Absolutely obliterated.
Again, Kesnet has unfortunately been a non-factor on this attacking
Right
side.
here.
The duality of Jet.
Take flight.
Victor tucks that.
I mean,
Drone.
he played that as perfectly as he could. That's the second shot. That's not settling.
Spike down.
Finesse
B.
continuing to frag.
Give him a corpse. Guess he gets it.
He gets his 2. Shy still alive. And there's the lockdown. Ethan has to give some of the space back up. He's just playing in there. Tries to find a way out, and he does.
One enemy
2 members
remaining.
here. Sam left in a 1v2 to close the map out. Again, reminder, Shy so weak and has been for a long time.
Spike planted.
Can he pull it off? This almost feels like a 1v1.
Yeah, he's got a smoke, a paranoia, and a TP, so he might be able to do some finessing on the actual site. Gets spotted by that alarm bot, and he's taking his time.
Plenty of armor, plenty of health. But a nice shot from Melser to keep KRU alive.
That little fadeaway wallbang If he doesn't connect that headshot, it's surely over. He was sitting at 5 HP. But there needed to be an answer. And what a way to do it. It was Heat going up mid solo. That was the big gap there. NRG were not aware of it. They focused so many resources trying to get FNS out of B main. But they forgot that one blind spot. He was able to get the flank around, secure the round. But NRG still up 5 rounds, still on match point.
And again, I look towards Kesnet. He's tried. I mean, he's trying to take space. He's trying to find kills. Vic falling first here. But Kesnet has died first in the 7 rounds that they played on attack. He's died first in 4 of them. So if your Jet is not the one to be able to create space and be that spark, be that go, I mean, of course you're gonna struggle.
Yeah, and it's not like he's even dashing on the execute. Like, he's dying before even getting that dash out. That's the key difference, right? It's to be known. You play this map on the attacking side, you dash in, everyone's looking at you and you die, but you have follow-up.
Right.
But he's been getting picked off in these mains, or whether it be going mid to B, with no real answer back, like no real trading. Such a hard map against fortified defenses. Cypher, he can be so annoying to deal with as well, those trips. I'm sure they make you play a little bit differently as the Jet as well. Good shocks this time around, good molly to get Crashies off the angle, but this dart could be deadly. Ethan, the double Odin.
Oh, there's that dash forward and Kesnet falls again. You're right, the overwhelming pressure of the Odin is just too much. Finesse is going to be on the flank.
30 seconds
the alarm
left.
bot will spot him, but KRU, no real way to worry about or pay attention to or give credence to what's happening behind them. They have to focus on what's before them. MTA on the swing, Crashy's dead.
Last player
A 2v2, it's all on Finesse now. KRU survive for another.
Melzer swings into FNS at the end there, full confidence. He just knew he was going to get that one. That's a pretty risky play to make. Now Finesse, he's left contemplating what went wrong in that round. And it was this start from Melzer. Beautiful entry. You can't hear that Omen teleport from so far away. This setup was really good. That was a trip and a dart from Crashies and FNS that set up that round. But MTA with that push in the spawn.
Ultimate is ready.
It can be so hard to hear those footsteps when you're popping your Hunter's Fury. And although Kesnet's having a pretty lackluster, because NRG will be on a bad buy at that point. But Sam, he's had 20 kills. He's been kind of quiet because KRU haven't really ended at A. Let's see if they keep that up. Find Sam and go the other way. That's been the game plan lately for KRU.
Shadows traveling.
That's a little dart there, unexpected, tagging on a Melzer. A little bit of early info, but so much time left in the round to adjust.
This is the adaptation from the timeout from NRG. See if there's anyone in A main. There was nobody there whatsoever. Now you're able to reposition, put Sam's focus elsewhere. I say that as he opts to go back into the A side and anchor it. And these A side holds, they were so good for NRG. The KRU have an answer this time around. Something tells me they don't.
I mean, the 5 rifles that they have might, though.
No way, Ethan's gonna disrupt this entire hit. Oh, he connects last second, but he gets traded out.
Now MTA popping the ult. Sam not tagged yet, but he understands where the threat is coming from. They might try to flip into spawn here. Look at Kesnet on the minimap. Crashy's ready for it, and he bets him with a Sheriff. Victor's in such a good spot. They're gonna thrifty their way into closing this map.
30 seconds left.
Just when it seemed like KRU had everything going for them. You were right, Trey. They didn't have enough for the hold.
Spike down.
And so
A.
Shy is the last thing standing between NRG and their first map win of the split. And it could not have come at a better time.
A must-need thing for NRG because, yeah, there's so much footage on them, especially in this stage on Sunset. I think they played it in the last 2 series they played.
Careful
so
there.
this little change could be enough for them to enable Victor to really take over.
Back on the neon roll. The paranoia is already out. And look at him already
Super fast.
taking space. But KRU trying to wrap around. It seemed like they're ready for what was coming. Sam with 2 big kills to kick things off.
I wonder if they're just prep work that NRG just did, or maybe they think that there's a similar game plan to that pistol round on Split where it was also a push down mid for KRU. But either way, they're in a 5v3 and they're cleaning this one up nicely.
And again, it's Finesse and it's Sam. They led from the front in the previous map. They're the ones who have all the kills as NRG get a flawless pistol.
Nasty stuff. They sent Victor up there just as, you know, presence on A, just gravity towards him. That prompted a speed up in mid from KRU, but they were ready for it. NRG were all dialed in. Multiple members, even a stun coming out to deal with that.
One enemy remaining.
What a hard read. No signs of slowing down as NRG. They're on their first anti-eco of this map. And it's going to be a 4-1, so very stable play here. It will be mid control. That's the name of the game so far for NRG. They want to condition this top mid smoke, condition the Cypher towards A, at least for right now. This is very convincing for them.
Well, this is a similar pace to what we saw in the previous round. It was towards A. This time, through mid, take B. And they're also clearing out everything, concerned about what could be on the other side, and reasonably so. There's no telling where KRU could be posted up. Weapon is handed over to the defense. Goes over in the hands of Melser. But through all of that, the spike planted, NRG in post-plant positions. Sam still has a paranoia.
Vic is alone here. If he gets double swung, he might get taken out with the trade, but he gets 2 instead. Now he's just going to live.
Instead of getting double swung, he just double kills his way through that.
Yeah. Bowser just going for any type of exits he can have. He gets spotted out from that Prowler, but he's going to drop here shortly. Crashies, he's got that Ghost. This would be a good upgrade for him.
And that it will be. I wondered if Melser were trying to save the Bulldog, but ultimately falls. NRG, 2 very clean rounds, but not only that, they've been fast, they've been aggressive, they've been decisive.
Yeah, the game plan is working out really well right now for NRG, and I wonder now on this bonus round if they decide to keep that up or if they're going to slow things down. I think it's another new look here, though. It's going to be a 4-1 this time. Mid is not the main focus. It's going to be that B main. They will be met by a Cypher here. We've seen how disastrous this comp can be against teams. This Sova KO, we've seen Heretics make their own meta on this map with that. They look so great in Shanghai. One of the best Sunset teams we've seen in a while. Let's see if KRU can emulate that here. Bring that style over to NA. Something NRG was trying to do at first, but they just couldn't do it. They have to go back to breach and fade. Speaking of things fading, Sam will take off heat, but MTA is quick to the trade.
A little bit of space being taken away from Melser too. He's refreshed that smoke a couple of times. They're still holding mid.
So scared to grab that rifle for good reason. You don't want to be the reason why your team loses this round. You have a good chance right now. It's a 4v4. The gun game is basically equal.
And for as much as they've played quickly, slowing down here, I think also worth noting, KRU haven't taken a ton of space either. You remember in the pistol, they took all that space mid. They've been active in their approach, but now going really fast towards B is NRG. Finesse holding the line, as we saw previous round. Spike planted, the Prowler out. Take a look at the death ball coming through from KRU. They're trying to get out from backside, but again, it's NRG that hold the line.
They're so confident right now. This is a whole new NRG. We've been waiting to see this stage. We've been waiting to see them just shoot straight, honestly. They've gotten diff so many times.
It seems like they've waited until their 9th life to do it. But I guess it's better late than never.
They had to. So much on the line for them. They have to make this playoff. That's what they're all saying to themselves. Victor comes out on top against Melser, that 3-man firing squad, that IGLing from FNS, knowing that there's a free B site. And a key note here on that B execute is the aftershock from Ethan. It's all to break that early on trip here. There was that flurry of exchange in mid, and this 3-man firing squad just dealing with that. But in the future, those trips, anything close from Shy will be broken by an aftershock. So he might need to adjust those trips, put him way more passive, try to catch players out as they're actually on the site. But you won't be able to do that in this round. It's going to be a bad buy from the side of KRU. Sheriffs across the board. And the same anti-eco approach for NRG. Fast market.
Take a lot of space mid. They leave Finesse to hold the line. A slight reposition from him, but the idea is the same. You're absolutely right.
What a cool stun from Victor, by the way.
This time too, KRU a little bit ahead of it, but MTA's already fallen.
There.
This freeze is so nice, too. Not fully committing to the plant yet. Now doubling down on their efforts.
Get lost.
Vix left to kind of play the game by himself.
I'm out of here.
Go farm, go kill. That's a very bold. I mean, I guess you don't really have another choice if you're shy there, but
Yeah, I honestly probably just dropping to the spike would have been the best choice though, because look at these ultimates that are about to come
Last player
online from the side of NRG. Ethan's 3. I mean, everyone's close. If the next gun round goes their way, they're gonna have all ultimates for the following one. And FNS is one tapping players now. I mean, yeah, Melzer's not aware, not looking at it, but still, he still did it.
that's often the hardest kill, man. The one when no one's looking at you.
No, seriously, it is.
That's another flawless round for NRG. They're up 4-0.
Yeah,
And I imagine there's an early timeout coming through.
it's definitely coming. It's happened. So yeah, that timeout has come. And right now with KRU playing this composition, no one's really been doing much of anything. They've been getting steamrolled. You have to start bringing these rounds back together, a show that makes it so deadly. You have the KO flashes coming in, you got the dart that's going behind while the cages are being popped up. And that's the reason why this composition works on this map. That's why teams run the Sova KO. But we're not seeing too much of that yet. It's been a lot of B retake. This time, Shy, he's playing in, so I think they understand that this is the adaptation they need to make. It's more passive of trips. There's still one in the choke that's gonna get broken by an aftershock, but there it is.
But you're right, MTA is a little bit closer here too to help. And it seems like they are gonna fight on this, but will it go their way?
Nope.
Shy's bit, he's dead.
I know exactly.
No real even opportunity for Kesnet to pop his ult for that to be a factor.
Can't use it.
It's a disconnect in the defenses right now. Both players, both B anchors on an island. Oh, he will get one though, but still, it looks like they're just saving already. It's a 2v5, you kind of have to.
I mean, the money's abysmal.
Yep. So again, just to dissect the way that this round is going and the way that KRU are playing this comp, they tried to play in this time around, but they're not together. MTA needs to rotate from CT, not go market alone and give a bunch of different ones. He needs to be able to back up Shy in that B site and just play for the back site, honestly. That's how you play this composition. That's how you play and that's how you beat a breach comp. Oh, the fake TP.
It's always so satisfying when that works.
Yeah.
Seldom does, but every now and then you get away with one.
Oh, that one from Superman?
Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah, earlier in the week, yeah. That was so funny.
5 rounds in a row for NRG. Money's still great. Ultimate's still great.
Oh, they're running away with this one. But this is the disconnect that I was talking about. There's a player dying back site. Now MTA is flooding. Kesnet spawn. It's all just too late. There needs to be more delay, more support for Shy on the actual back site area.
Right there.
A rifle. They're going to buy up around it a little bit. 3 stingers, light armor, and aggression B. Oh, this is a different look, but they were ready for it. Only one found, though, and now the ult popped. Everything lit up, but he slams it into a wall. And MTA pays a dear price for it. Oh, he's laughing. I mean, Kesnet's laughing.
Sometimes things just don't go your way in Valorant.
I say laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to cure these woes, but I mean, it got a giggle out of him.
It's definitely better than seeing full tilt, that's for sure, because, I mean, the way that that round just transfolded, that's rough. And now, again, it's a masterclass right now from the side of FNS. He's warmed up into this series so well in terms of the calling, in terms of his individual performance. No signs of slowing down either. It's a free A site. Another site that is chosen correctly from the side of NRG.
Bring them down.
And FNS is in mid to cut anybody off, cut out any rotations, or even just be that guaranteed security to close out the round. This time decides to just back up to his team with that camera, seeing all of A lane.
Planted.
Oh,
Almost getting caught there.
now the backup, the cavalry arrives.
Satchel out.
Should be easy pick'ems right now.
Player standing.
Kesnet actually missing his satchels there. I think one got broken when he tried to pop it so he could peek out.
It's a tragedy of a round for him, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nothing going his way at all.
And honestly, I mean, to expand upon that a little bit more, there's nothing going the way of KRU either. Yes, you look at the scoreboard and you go, oh, they're down 0-5, they're getting rinsed. They haven't gotten a single first kill either. So even some of those things where they were, you know, maybe getting that advantage and NRG are just snatching the round away from them, given some of their calling or their heroics, whatever, none of that's even a factor here.
Yeah.
Everything, literally everything going the way of NRG.
Yep, mechanical skill, the strategy behind it, game planning overall. FNS and the rest of NRG have set themselves up for success to close out their first series of stage 2. Yeah, that's rough.
That was funnier the second time. It was funnier to watch the second time around.
See MTA's reaction to him just getting rocketed by his teammate. It's still going to be the fighting squad towards B main, but
there's no
wise to it. Yeah, wise to it.
Really deep trip. Camera's still not cleared.
Take control of elbow, you freeze the round. I guess they might just speed up now. I mean, they're feeling it.
Big brother's watching. The cam's still in play. Waiting for the paranoia out towards back Jenny, but Ethan's the first to fall.
A little spam through the one-way. A little bit of RNG back in KRU's favor, but can they convert this 5v4 advantage they have?
This is the first time they've had a number like this, and yeah, they seem to be finding success with it. Finesse and Crash is left alone. And what looks like, yeah, a flawless round for KRU as they get their first.
Yeah, now they have a chance. They need to start snowballing these, chaining some rounds together. Kesnick came up huge in that round. He made up for that rocket from the previous round. And keep in mind that previous round was an eco round for them. So, you know, it is what it is. And that's that RNG I was talking about. He's just straight through the one-way. Works in his favor now. And they have a chance to bring some momentum back. Salvage this half that was started off disastrous.
They still have a long way to go to make this less of a disaster. But they've got some guns and they have some money to play around here.
Yeah, they will have a bye for the next round, even if they lose this one, but they're going to want to win it. Start chipping away, right?
Yeah, different position of the cam here. It's much deeper.
Yeah, it's more of a trap play this time around.
Yeah, the problem with that is it instantly gets cleared, and so now there's a little bit more room for Crashies to work.
And you don't know how many players are behind that break of the cam. There's only one player that showed to break it.
But now, I mean, now they know. Smokes, stuns, the dog came through. Vic's all the way out on site already. I mean, they've got everyone here. Also note, Ethan has his ult. So does Vic, who apparently would rather that over the Vandal.
Yeah, they're going to go proactive here for sure. Here comes that ult. And I think Vic's going to follow up. And this is going to connect on almost everybody.
There he goes, aggressively, but look at the TP out from Elser. Can he do something about it? No! Almost connecting on the third, but heat spam is too good. And so things settle on equal footing. Oh, you wouldn't expect that to be the case, but this round feels like it's getting out of hand for NRG. Finesse keeping things even. Heat with 7 HP. Crash, he's trying to keep him back, and he can't. It's Finesse, a 1v1 against the opposing Cypher. On the swing, he knows he's there. He'll clean him up. NRG get their 7th.
Big gameplay from FNS right now. He came up so clutch and elbow right there. Sam, he dropped early at an advantageous position to Kesnick. I don't know how Sam loses that gunfight. And honestly, it gave KRU a chance back into the round.
Yep.
Where it would have been impossible, but it was FNS with the follow-up, just spam through that smoke and elbow, getting the trade on the Kesnick. And then his fake out at the cam, he got tagged by that Cypher cam, acting like he was wrapping back around towards lane. He doubles back, wisely so, and he closes out that round. Big things from the IGL. He's played so good these last 2 maps.
He's doing his best to beat the washed allegations, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So good, man.
Cam gets broken at B site. And it will be a walk back, a reset to the round. It's going to be mid-control after this drone comes through from the side of KRU. Bit of an early drone, gets no info at all. Good job from NRG so far to not disclose where they want to end, where they want to go. It looks like it will be a split. Here we go.
You see what the setup is too. The aftershock to clear the trip. The
No way.
fault line to give space for Crashies and Som to fill in. The sight's all theirs. Snappy from Finesse.
No flashes anymore.
Traded back though. Screw trying to hold the line. What an impressive hold from Shy. And now Kesmet too. Maybe we'll find a little bit more success with the ult this time around.
Oh, that connects.
Yeah, that's way better than last time we saw him pop that one.
Takes out Sam. He knew the general vicinity of Sam in that moment. Probably didn't expect to actually get that kill. A little bit of RNG there, and this time, KRU, they actually fought that backside B correctly. Even so, that little lurk timing from FNS to kill Heat there in that moment, it denied any type of further flashes to support Shy in the backside, so it actually did give NRG a little bit of a chance.
He's still laughing off that last one, man. NRG call timeout here. I wonder.
200, sorry. So one was 0, one was 200. The buy is going to be less than ideal in the next round if NRG can win this one.
I will say, though, if things continue to go back and forth the way they have the last couple of rounds, I mean, NRG's still sitting pretty.
Still good for them, yeah.
They're up 9-3 at half.
This time it shows that there's going to be a type of default, but they don't have any follow-up there to break that camera. And that dagger, yeah, you have to go back now and re-clear all that A main if you're NRG. And they're wise to it. Look, so right now, NRG are doing a lot of the fundamentals correctly. It's going to be utility invested to re-clear that space. And if they can actually get into elbow and break this cam, but NB, that's the perfect round.
As long as Vic stays alive, as long as there's no pressure lost there. Oh, he's been spotted.
Spotted. I wonder if he thinks that he wasn't seen by that one. Oh, he gets the one up on Heat, huh?
Very nicely done. He was alone. And so they clear all of the Cypher utility back A, they get rid of the cam, and now they turn their attention back towards mid, back towards B. The problem is, Shy's trips are still here. Holy smokes, Melzer, what was that? And now the Hunter's Fury out from MTA, backside. Oh, Crashies falls, the spike joins him.
Last player standing.
I mean, Melzer opened this round up on his own.
Crazy peak. Getting to the follow-up, Hunter's Fury. It is a free A site, though. Ethan, he could get the spike planted. He's going there. He's giving himself a chance. Even if he could do damage, it'll help out later in the half. I mean, we're getting towards the end of it, but still.
I mean, their money's in a weird spot, too, to be honest. So any credit saved is a credit earned. I think that's how that saying goes.
Yeah. Spotted out early. That fault line will connect to delay for a little bit, but the three-man swing should be too much. He's playing these off angles very wisely, can't connect the shots, and KRU will clean up the round.
And again, it was off of Melzer, man. Melzer getting that 2K and MTA popping his ult from back in spawn was really nice. And so this back and forth that we were talking about at half has been broken. Yeah, Vic had a really nice shot and a really nice play mid. He almost gets a third there. Big from Melzer.
NRG approached the round pretty decently too. They got the first blood. They broke the cam and elbow, and then they wanted to end market. Just no trade on the Melzer there, but also, yeah, the shots that he hit, those were ridiculous. And now it's going to be this flash setup play, try to enable Kesnet and Melzer once more.
Yeah, but I wonder if it's going to be fast on the other side. Everybody is here. Crashies has his ult.
No fault line to deal with this as well. I think there's a good chance that Victor can beat this KO flash. He gets Omen flashed.
He's so far up, and there was Melzer again, providing value for his squad. Kesnet on the swing with the flash over the top. Getting bested by Finesse, and now Ethan joining in on it.
Just trades everywhere.
We found one.
Really nice chance to get another here for the attacking side. Cautious Crashies. Holding the Nightfall. Only gonna tag one. Does he understand the other one's there? I don't know that he does. Now they know. The fault line, the C's, everything. NRG gets their eighth.
Melzer did a great job of not folding the Victor in that moment, doing the counter Omen flash. But the trading game of NRG, it's way more on point now. And they can feel it now. They remember what it's like to win. They're in the full driver's position right now. That was a nice free kill from Melzer. And the trading game on point. Ethan with that stinger. So deadly. Poor MTA.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in, man.
Gets tethered, gets fault lined.
This is different. A little KO flash out for Market. Melzer's able to fight the line.
Cover going out.
The response from NRG on the opposite end is just to walk up A. Camera gets broken from the side of KRU, but no one in the site yet. They're thinking that this is going to be a B hit or a re-clear of mid. Hanging around for too long, so another good round called from FNS. A lot of pings in spawn right now from the side of KRU.
They've gotten up so far up elbow. Meltzer's ult should give them a little bit of suspicion. Oh, they're not planting the spike. They're clearing things out even more.
They have so much space right now.
But the
There's no
spike
way
is
you
with
keep
them.
going. Yeah, there's no way you keep going.
So they've inserted Victor. Ethan takes a step back, commits to the plant.
Oh my gosh.
Will be one away from his ult. There's Vic. The stun, isolating and fights, finding his second. Numbers the way of the attack. But now every position revealed. How much more do you try to do here? They popped Heat's ult. Last round of the half. No stone left unturned. The paranoia through, not connecting onto Som. That knife is not going to help though. Brutal smoke and finesse is on the flank. But it seems like Shy is looking for it. He's expecting it, and he's dealt with it. Down to 3 now. Again, Ethan, one away from his ult. That could be a difference maker here. Meltzer's on the tap, but it's just a threat. The spam not connecting. He's gotten it to half. He's got to stick it the whole way, and he finally falls. Not enough time to convert. NRG a 9-3 half on Sunset.
So decisive. NRG.
Switching sides.
They played this half from start to finish beautifully. It was a wonderful display of IGLing from FNS. And Victor and Crashies, they've been taken over. This comp change has enabled Victor to get so much value, and it's fed him so much confidence that even when he doesn't have supporting utility, he's there. He's taking these fights that we've seen him take in the past.
Standing.
That's so tough there for Meltzer. Given how short time was, he really had no option. Had to try to stick it. And again, a stoic response from the leader.
He looks
Finesse.
fired up. He looks mad.
Bren makes a really good point there about how this was really where things fell apart last time we saw them on this map. But I also do need to point out that that was Sentinels. This is KRU, and given the form that they have today, I mean, they couldn't be any more different. KRU looked good on Split, and it's been anything but since.
Yeah, and this composition, it's so hard to run. I dove into it a little bit on that defensive side for them and what they need to do for success. On this attacking side, it gets even harder.
Sorry, very quickly, look at Elbow.
Yeah, it's a firing squad. NRG have been ahead of the game in terms of pistols, but this drone, it could have gotten a lot of value. Oh, it's a follow-up.
They're going fast, they're going aggressive. Crash, he's on the swing, but Heat and Kesnet holding him back. A 1-for-1. All the way through. Som can't settle the last.
Last player standing.
And it's Finesse on the late rotate. Plenty healthy, has a ghost in hand. Manages to dodge the knife. With 45 seconds left, Heat still has plenty of time to think this through. Plenty of options to consider. All of them available to him, really. Finesse not spotting anyone off of the cam. But he slipped
30
into the
seconds
site,
left.
and it seems like that's where Heat is headed. There's no way that he gets this.
he
He
gets
spots him
spotted.
too. Now knowing where he is, Heat has no choice but to jump forward. The pistol, the way of NRG.
Finesse playing that 1v1 to near perfection. Sneaks into the site, still has the cam up, gets all the info. He looks so motivated right now. He's got a death stare right now. Finesse, he looks angry. He's like, oh, we dropped the map.
Down.
I got yelled at by my coach. Let me show the world what's up.
That's the second pistol going the way of NRG on this map, and the fourth of the entire series. Do those little things right, you win your pistols, you win your numbers advantages, you execute on the things you need to, and things often work out well for you.
And the response from KRU is to try to get a hero guardian on the Kesnet and just speed things up without any utility, but they're getting dropped like flies.
Down
It was
A.
not up for long. Heat scoops it up. He's able to get a kill with it. But things slow down from the attack again. And I get it. I mean, you can't really find any way in.
This is going to be so hard to bring this one back. And NRG, they just play the fundamental game correctly right now. There's such an aggressive cam in B main. There's a trip in market, a trip B. All you got to worry about is mid or A. No need to have anybody towards that B side of the map right now, because even if that spike gets planted there, you have so much utility still on the board to be able to re-clear all this info You still have a deep aggro cam and B main that you can flip on late.
And there's no real way to upgrade a weapon either.
FNS doesn't even need to really be flicking this cam at this moment. He just needs to be dialed in on his crosshair in mid. The only way they lose is if he gets caught out.
Enemy remaining.
And yeah, he
Spike
rightfully
down
so
mid.
doesn't. And that's round over just like that. NRG are going to be at 11. And I think Heat is trying to save this gun, bring it into the next.
Sure.
He's broke. He's the one that bought it for Kesnet. Kesnet couldn't get any kills. Victor dropped him very quickly. And a bit
10
of tilt
seconds
from
left.
the side of KRU. A lot of the times you see when teams are frustrated, they try to rely on their mechanics, try to just do whatever they can. And it gets a little sloppy, it gets scrappy. And that works against teams that are willing to give you those fights. I mean, who knows? Maybe Kesnet wins that 1v1 against Victor. This is a different narrative, but
How many times have we seen Kesnet win 1v1s just like that, right? Just takes
Seriously,
matters
yeah.
into his own hands, but it just hasn't been the case this time.
yeah, it's just, he's had a rough series after that first
remaining.
map. Even on the first map, was he really popping off that much? I can't even recall anymore. It's a distant memory now with NRG being so dominant in these last two maps.
Up 11. A formidable buy here too, 3 rifles. And again, a little bit of early aggression. Victor dashing back and forth. Just threatening, really. I mean, both him and Ethan are already so far off of A.
Yeah, so Victor showed on purpose. He made that audio
Right.
noise of the slide on purpose, and that's why you're seeing a fast lean towards B. This IGLing has just been so good. All the players being aware of the protocols that they need to follow as well.
Careful, Kesnet's past the smoke. And I don't know that they know.
Wow, he cleared that.
He had no idea.
Holy cow, that was an amazing clear from Kesnet.
Now Ethan's left to clean up the mess. That was put before him, only able to find one.
B.
Side opening up for
Player
KRU.
standing.
Oh, can Crashies do with a singer from the other side of the map?
Wow. A really impressive round from Kesnet. The entries were great. Everybody in market, the spacing was awesome.
I do think, again, it goes back to the timing. Because that smoke half a second earlier,
Yeah.
it's a little bit more confident, but him being able to get past it and disrespect it as early as he did.
Yeah, he knows that they're not aware that someone's that close because of that.
And so Finesse is a sitting duck.
No market control whatsoever in that round. So a little bit of a blunder in the setup from NRG. If FNS is going to be playing such an aggressive spot like that, you need to have market control. But they've built up such a lead, they've amassed such a lead, that it's okay to make mistakes like that and be able to fix them. Should be an upgrade for Crashies here.
Yeah, gets away with his life, grabs the Phantom, you're right. And then they should be able to buy around him fully.
There you go. It should be a very early timeout from the side of NRG. We got heard, got word of it. This was those nice spacing, nice trading on the actual site. And when there's 2, there's 3. When there's 3, there's 4. You always got to be ready and dialed in. Good signs for KRU, but still, this is going to be such a tough comeback on attack side of Sunset.
It just becomes a round at a time type beat. I think if they're going to pull this off. NRG called the timeout, as you mentioned. That's their last of the half. And you often, Dre, you don't see things like this very often. When you've got a team that's up that big, that's knocking on the doorstep of a series win.
A Cypher setup where the Cypher's playing close B, we need to have market control. These are all things that I'm sure all the players remember, but they can be so easily lost in the mix of things when you're actually here playing on the stage.
I like the setup from NRG. A little early aggression out towards A, a little bit of noise made, and they're going to rotate back. This is, I mean, identical to the round we saw just a few moments ago.
This time it's for a mid-fight. It's the key difference. Everything off of this basically one-way cam.
Well, and I think also, yeah, as the smoke goes down, yeah, the flash would come out. But it wasn't a flash, it was just a swing. Crashies gets a kill.
Camera taken
Sees
out.
MTA that whole time as well, but yeah, they're already up numbers advantage right now. They don't want to risk anything else. They want to play to the full advantage that they have.
There's so much mid-space. Sam has a paranoia, but I don't know if he's going to be able to respond quickly enough.
Wow.
Ethan falls.
What a kill.
Crashy's now going a little bit aggressive on his own.
That was jumping the gun a little bit too early, and now it's a basically free B site. There are some trips that FNS can play off of here. And Sam, moment ulting in the back of B. Holy.
Has a smoke, has a paranoia still. Vic is the only one who's far away.
Spike planted.
But given his zoomies, he should be joining the fray here very shortly.
So smart from KRU to just flip and stay back sight.
There's the paranoia. Finesse never had a shot.
Yeah, he got obliterated right there.
So it falls onto Sam and Victor. A 2v4, I mean, would be a nail in the coffin if KRU can't pull this off, but they can. Shy and Kesnick close us up and get KRU their 5th.
Nice answer back from KRU. They were down in that round. When that top mid smoke faded, players from NRG were behind that one, ready to get kills. Then they did that. That re-walk into mid, getting Ethan, spamming him through the box, and that big mistake from Crashies. That was a freebie.
Yeah,
It was a free kill.
It felt forced. It felt like the timing window was missed, or he thought there was a little bit more room there than there actually was.
Right here.
And that's the difference between a 4v3 and a 4v4. So
Yep.
either way, NRG with a very similar look. The one exception is there wasn't noise made by Vic A. He's back B right now.
That is the hard read.
He's so dead. Oh,
These rockets for Kesnet, they haven't really been able to connect that much in this series.
Crash, he's forced to hunker down with the Sheriff, realizing that he's got no options. All he can do is buy his time. That's a free kill. That one wasn't free, and it doesn't fall.
What was that kill, though, from Kesnet? The second one onto Ethan, just shooting in the smoke. Why not?
2 stingers and a Sheriff up for the defense with the paranoia out. Kesnick gets 4. Is the spark back up? KRU get to 6.
No way Heat steals the ace from Kesnet in that moment.
Don't give them time to reposition.
But either way, Kesnet, he's fired up now. He's ready. And the economy is also fired up for KRU. They position themselves to have a chance. Kesnet got so many kills just spamming through smokes. In that case, it was the neon wall. And it was a stolen ace from Heat.
Right there.
But still, you'll take any rounds you can get if you're KRU.
I mean, they continue to just kind of like give some of this early space up A main. The thing is, they're going to have to be investing utility if they want to re-clear it. They just haven't really been interested in that much.
Yeah, and on the opposite end, there's a mid
Find you.
fight right here. Fade eye into a stun into flashes. Oh my, that's not how this should be going,
That looked like KRU were so done.
right?
You had a stun, you had a flash, you had the aftershock, you had, I mean, everything. But KRU a step ahead of it.
The whole kitchen sink was thrown at them. How did they deal with that so well? And now, yeah, they're just gonna cycle the orb onto Kesnet. He's gonna get the spike planted, and he's gonna be the one that hunts Sam to get that showstopper online for the following round. Even if he doesn't get it for the following round, having it for the next gun round, that really solidifies a comeback.
We haven't played very many. There goes, he's gonna have it online. Sam getting his 2. We haven't played very many rounds on the second half. Kesnet had 9 kills at halftime.
Yeah, he's going nuclear right now.
The performance that he's having on the second half is preposterous. 19 and 12 right now.
Now the ways that you can win for NRG, they're kind of dwindling right now. You're gonna have to fall back on a more consistent and stable type of play style. You're probably not gonna see that many more mid fights. Maybe in the following round, because it's, you know, a scrappy, dodgy buy. It's basically, you know, whatever anybody else can actually invest in the round. So maybe we'll see some crazy things happen in this round, but I imagine the following round, that next gun round, if KRU can win this one, it's gonna be more stable play from NRG, more passive play, more disciplined approach to the rounds.
Crashies gets tagged by that knife at the very beginning. Just buying his time. Still dropping the eye. Nothing spotted though.
Yeah, and on the other side of the map, there was an aggressive Omen smoke in B main with a deep camera. It gets broken, and now KRU think that it's maybe a stack towards the B side. I say that as they try to rotate backwards.
Keep an eye on the ults that KRU have. I mean, there's a lot behind this round. Kesnet has his ult. MTA has his ult. Yeah, he's going to be playing from the other side of the map right now. The drone getting cleared out. He doesn't like what he's seeing. He's starting to rotate away. Clears the dog, too. There's the paranoia. There's the satchel. There's the ult. But Sam, from up top, finding his one.
Spike down.
Staying alive and getting away. Finesse falling, and now Vix popped his ult. He's still playing from pretty far back, though. Still hasn't been able to find a way in. The neural theft through. Kesnet down. How much more can they find here? It's still just a Guardian for Sam. And then the finger guns for Vic, of course. They're committing everything into this. They're convinced that they can convert it. And they've gotten that much closer. Weapon upgraded now. The Rolling Thunder dropped. And they're all being funneled into the lap of Crashies. Can he get the kill? One found. Second, not there. But he can't even hear the fact that the defuse has started. He has to spam it. Concerned, paranoid, he will fall. A thrifty round for NRG as they get to series point.
Sick Thrifty.
Match point.
All those early picks, Sam, the poise, yeah, the rocket entries in from Kesnet. But he's sitting on the top of market and he's able to still get a kill on a Heat, I believe. That's the KO. Flash is gone. All of a sudden you have numbers advantage in the round. And you can invest these ultimates. Players couldn't hear, they're stunned.
Dude, that's such a tough decision to make in the moment. When is the line where it's worth investing? Because you know you're playing on a knife's edge the whole time. You invest those and you don't convert the round, all of a sudden your advantage is gone.
Oh yeah, if they don't win that.
The one who's been making noise, he's the one who's been introducing doubt into the minds of KRU.
It's going to be a lot of utility here at the A site to try to feint that it's the Neon that's set up here.
Scanning
And
ahead.
hopefully NRG is thinking that that can funnel them into this operator in mid.
Knife tagging Finesse right at the very beginning. Vic on the reposition. He's been called over by his captain.
Boom.
And the shot delivers. Again, that's Kesnet down. Surely they don't try that middle of the map again. Meanwhile, Sam getting across mid. The fault line not tagging. But they understand that's a weakness. And they're right. Melser's just on the steps. No utility there. I mean, that fault line would have been nice, but Sam falls. So things settle into 4. Surely Finesse doesn't get away with this. I don't think the challenge is even going to come. They've invested the Hunter's Fury. As Vic tries to stay alive and dash through. Does so without taking a lick of damage.
Huh?
He's getting away with it. He's going to get, oh, not able to settle on the second. The third was there with him. But KRU not overcommitting, not over pushing it. Settle off of the kills they have. And now, I mean, Vic's up on a platter. Can he settle the shot? One found. Heat down.
Spike down B.
The wall goes up. It's a 2v2 still with the op and play. Crash is so far away from it.
Standing.
And it's all on him now. Looking to deal a death blow to KRU. Looking to keep NRG alive.
I know.
And he's going to have to do it on his own. Very small timing window now as his position has been given away. Drops a little bit of util. Understand. Swing is on the other side. And Crashies delivers. Unbelievable finish